Welcome back to PHTM TV, and I have with me Nick Kitchen from CMT Group.
Indeed, yeah.
And I believe that you're launching a brand new product at the show today.
We are indeed, yes, yeah, called Abacus Pay.
Okay, and tell me just a little bit about CMT Group and where you come from and how you arrived at the show.
Sure, well, the CMT Group, certainly in this realm, what we're doing is all about card payment in taxis. So we began our life in New York when it was clear that New York were going to mandate that card payments had to be taken, and our company basically developed their own system. So it's born about by licensed fleet owners wanting a system that works for them. So that's how we began. We then moved over to London when London was going through the same process of mandating card payments. We're now the largest provider in London, so we've got just under half all black taxis with our system on board. We've got around 12,000 drivers registered with us, and it's continued to grow.
And how did you come into the group? Were you the group before, or were you from the taxi industry?
No, I wasn't. I was actually brought in by the Director of Operations in the UK, who I knew previously, and my skill set sort of met a need within the company, so he brought me on board.
Perfect. Okay, so about the whole sort of driver pay payment world as it is today,
Yeah.
what would you say are the big, if you like, changes or things that are impacting in 2019?
I'd say a lot of it is, there's still an element of driver education, because obviously with card payments we have to ensure that they are going through and that drivers are aware they're going through. So looking for auth codes is something that we banner on about with our drivers, but it's something they have to do. That's probably the main thing, really, and then it's making sure that drivers are getting paid as promptly as they would wish, which is a challenge always, but we have custom schedules for drivers based on what they need, so we like to think we adapt to what we're being asked of us, basically.
And I haven't, if you like, prepared you for this question, but I'm going to throw one out. What about the whole security and fraud world? Because that seems to be a constant battle for payment systems. What's your view on that?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, it is in card payments, whatever industry you're involved in. With us, certainly within London, it's something that we're able to combat quite well, simply because our systems on board, if you're chip and pin, it's a very, very secure system. If you're contactless, we also have an arrangement with our drivers that effectively we tell them, as long as you've done what you should have done, you've got your auth code, you've processed the passenger, the rest of it's on us. So we understand that we can't keep throwing things back on drivers who have done everything correctly as they should do. Fraud tends to be a bit more of an issue when it comes to sort of customer not present, which is not a challenge that we face in London very much.
Okay, now if you haven't come to PHTM Expo, you will not have seen what is on the stands at the moment. So I'm going to ask Nick, if we were to visit his stand, what in particular would be on show, and then people can obviously contact you if they've missed out, and I'm sure you can arrange a demo or video call. So.
Yeah, basically, I mean, we're here to have conversations with people in the trade, is the effect. We've got one of our units here, so we're able to show them powering up, we're able to show how the device works, we're able to show, for example, things like the tipping feature that we have, where it's configurable. So below a certain amount, it will ask for an amount for a tip. Above a certain amount, it'll ask for a percentage. So that way we're able to maximise the tips the drivers are getting. So things like that we've listened to in our experience in London that we're able to bring to the trade now. And really, it's having conversations. So we're a comparatively small company in the grand scheme of things. So it's nice for people when they're having a conversation with decision makers. They're having a conversation with people who are, at the end of a phone, doing the deals. So it's not a case of they're getting lost in some sort of maze of a company. So far it's been very, very productive, and yeah, we just encourage people to come along and see us.
And the show itself, is this the first time you've been to PHTM?
Personally, yes, it's my first visit to this show. Colleagues of mine have been before, though.
And what do you think to it?
Really, really good. The flow of people coming in has been superb. People have been generally interested. I was expecting to sort of almost have to grab people as they're walking past, but no, everyone's shown an interest, everyone wants to have a conversation. So it's been, but again, I suppose you expect that with a trade show, but nonetheless, it's been really good, professionally run, lots of interest and interested parties coming past, so it's been great.
And the quality of the people, a lot of owners of businesses?
Oh, very much so, yeah. We've had conversations with fleets with substantial vehicles on board. Yeah, so it's been everything we could have hoped for, to be honest with you.
Well, on behalf of the organisers, we'd like to thank you for making your first visit to the show, and we wish you all the best for the rest of the day. I'm sure it's going to be as busy as it was before.
I'm sure all my heels are still hurting from yesterday, but we'll go on then. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye from myself and Nick.